Hey everyone, David here with another vlog. The last one did so well, to my utter surprise, so I figured I might as well do another one. Plus I'm wearing my Batman shirt, so I just had to do another vlog. However, the main reason why I'm doing another vlog is because unfortunately my next review is not ready. I filmed it, but there was an issue with the lighting. If you guys don't know already, I film on my iPod, 4th generation iPod Touch. And granted, it has a high definition camera on the back and then a standard definition camera in the front, but it has a 720p high definition camera in the back. So I figured, hey, I could record my reviews with that. However, just because it has a camera, a photo and video camera on an iPod Touch doesn't necessarily make the iPod Touch a camcorder. So it's not particularly perfect. And one of the imperfect things about it is the white balance. There's a little setting that when you hold down on the screen, it'll adjust the white balance to whatever is being shot. And so when I was recording this, I said to myself, I'm going to turn the white balance on so everything is brighter, but unfortunately it made things just a little too bright because when something that is brighter than what like for example, if I was wearing a darker shirt, which I was, whenever something lighter appears on camera, such as my hands, whenever I gesticulate, the white balance is going to be going like this, and the whole image is just going to be flashing like this, going from light to dark, and it was doing that constantly during the first 2/3 of the review. So I had no choice but to scrap it, and I'm gonna have to reshoot it. And I'm hoping to reshoot it either today or tomorrow, and hopefully have the review up by this weekend. What the review is about, you're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm gonna go ahead. It's a video game review. What video game? I'm gonna say, but you'll certainly take a good bite out of it. Anyways, so just a couple things regarding my videos, regarding my networking here on YouTube before I go on to some of the bigger news that have been happening recently to take advantage of the vlog. One is that I was, in my last video I said if you guys had any recommendations on any live streaming websites, please let me know. Apparently my dumbass forgot about Ustream. Uh, so I went ahead and I looked up Ustream, and it looks highly convenient. It looks very easy to use, and I was like, you know what, I think this might be it. So I'm gonna try Ustream. I don't know when my next live show is gonna be because I have officially started school, hopefully my last semester. But whenever I get the chance, I will try to do a live show in one form or another. It might not be this weekend. I have some plans this weekend. Sunday, from now until Breaking Bad ends, Sunday is not an option because of Breaking Bad. Not only because I want to watch the show, but also because other people are going to be watching the show. So, especially people who, there's a really good chance that most of you who are watching this right now are into Breaking Bad. I mean, who isn't? So, chances are that if I were to do a live show on a Sunday, most of you, if not all of you, will probably not be uh, inclined to watch it because of Breaking Bad. And again, I'm not going to do a live show because of Breaking Bad. However, Friday or Saturday, whenever I have free time, I want to say this Friday, but it's a little bit too short notice. I don't know what kind of itinerary I will have for that live show. And Saturday I might have plans. I do have a life. So so hopefully next weekend. I'll try to make it happen next weekend. Or if not the weekend after that. We'll just have to wait and see. And the other thing that I want to comment on is something that I'm going to go ahead and try to be a little vague about, but it's going to be a little tough to do. And that is that there's going to be a sincere absence of toy reviews from me in the preceding future. Because if you guys haven't been watching my toy reviews, which wouldn't be that much of a surprise if you guys haven't, because they haven't been doing very well to begin with. But in my toy reviews, I go ahead and put a little mention, a little commercial, as well as give them a little heads up, a little shout out at the end of my toy reviews to BigBadToyStore.com. It's big, it's bad, it has it all. Well, let's just say there's been a bit of a fallout and between them and me, and because of that, my access to figures, as much as I would love to collect them, my access to figures has officially been shut down. and because of that, I don't see myself getting any new figures, whether they be Transformers or Marvel Select figures or any kind of figure at all. I just don't see myself getting any anytime soon. That's not to say that maybe I might just get one, just one. Like I look at that figure and I say, you know what, I kind of like that. I kind of want it. I might just get one, and if it's like a cheap one, and by cheap I mean within $20 or less, then maybe I will get one. But other than that, I won't be doing the whole getting a whole case of them and just doing an unboxing video and doing all these reviews within the month. That's not gonna happen for a while or ever. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if maybe I can get some other form of access somewhere else, or not just wait until I get a job, because if you guys don't know, I'm unemployed right now. I had a job at my college. Unfortunately, I was dismissed. Let's go ahead and call it that. It's something to do with finances. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't get fired. I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing bad happened. It was just a thing in terms of financial aid with the college, and because of that, I was let go, and so I've been unemployed for a few months, which means no new figures. No video games. I haven't bought a video game in a while, and it's for the better, because I have a slew of video games, whether it be in physical discs or on my PlayStation 3 digitally, in the internal hard drive. So I got plenty of games to play, and I got plenty of games to review. Granted, they're not the most recent games, but I make videos for the people that are still watching. And for those of you who are still watching, I'm pretty sure that you guys are still willing to watch my reviews of some older games. There's still, there's still current games. There's still games that are relevant to the current generation. But, I missed my mark with them. And I got a lot of people commenting saying, oh, you're a little late, like on my Saints Row the Third review. I kind of don't care. I played the game. It's relevant because Saints Row 4 just came out, so I'm going to review it. If it's not that relevant or it's not that popular, then I'm probably just going to play it, maybe mention it on Twitter or something, and then just move on with an actual review. So there you go. But yeah, toy reviews, they have been canceled indefinitely. I'll try to figure something out, but until then, the only way that I'm going to be getting any more toys is if I get a job. And on that note, it does not look like I'll be getting the PlayStation 4 this year, because, again, I can't afford to be spending $50,000 on a PlayStation 4 bundle, because if I am going to get the PlayStation 4, it would be that bundle that they announced that comes with Killzone, Shadowfall, an extra controller, and the PlayStation Eye camera, PlayStation 4 camera, whatever it's called. $500 for what would originally cost you $580 together plus tax. Yeah, that sounds really good to me. But I don't see myself getting it anytime soon unless I get a job within the next couple of months. So who knows? And that could be for the better. I mean, there's a risk, even though, PlayStation's pretty trustworthy, Sony. But, yeah, as it's not as trustworthy as Microsoft was back when the Xbox 360 came out initially. But, just in case, I remember somebody on Twitter said this, that the initial round of consoles are like the guinea pigs of that manufacturer, whether it be Sony or Microsoft. Meaning, if there's something faulty, people will realize that upon release. And then that's where whether it be Sony or Microsoft will take notice and be like, okay, that's what we gotta fix. And then it's in their next batch when when they come out saying, this is the redefined, better system that has all those kinks and bugs fixed, and you don't have to worry about that. Such was the case with the Xbox 360 and all of the huge mishaps that console launch had. So I guess it's for the better that I go ahead and bide my time and just wait until not only do we make sure that the PlayStation 4 is functional and it doesn't suffer the same fate that Xbox 360 did back in its launch when it first came out, and once better games come out. I'm not saying that the lineup for PlayStation 4 is that bad. I mean, Knack looks really interesting. I wouldn't mind owning that. Killzone Shadowfall, although I would have to play Killzones 1 through 3 before playing Shadowfall. I mean, that's just my rule. But there's those two games. Drive Club. It's free for PlayStation Plus users. I'm not a huge racing fan, so that's why I'm saying that. But waiting will have its advantages, such as hopefully by the time I get the PlayStation 4, Infamous Second Son will be out, and just a whole lot of other games are going to be coming out later on in 2014 for the system. So maybe it's a good thing. Anyways, that's my update on my review. So now on to some current geek nerd culture related news that have been happening these past couple of weeks. Number one, you guys know that I'm a Transformer fan, and I collect some of the figures. I watch some of the cartoons. I'm not so hardcore that I gotta watch every single thing, but I am a fan of the concept of these characters as well as their background and everything. And I have seen all the Transformers movies, so it is to no surprise that I will be talking about the recent announcement of both the title and the poster for the fourth Transformers movie. The movie's going to be called Transformers Age of Extinction, and we have the first teaser poster right here. And the teaser poster does just that, it teases. And as for the title, I'm kind of split on it. The word extinction is obviously referring to the Dinobots. The Dinobots are going to be in this movie, and I kind of like that the Dinobots are going to be included because, we got the fourth movie, and it was after the third movie where I said to myself, they're kind of stumbling upon the same tropes with the movies. I'm not gonna say it's the same story, but where they're gonna end up, and the kind of action sequences you're gonna be treated, and the Michael Bay isms that are gonna be in those movies. And this is, of course, gonna be directed by Michael Bay once again. Even though I shouldn't be too disappointed, but I am a little bugged by the fact that he said that Transformers 3 was gonna be the last one. But he heard cash registers, so of course they're gonna make a fourth one. So bringing in the Dinobots, I think, is a good way to introduce a new element and give people a proper reason to come see a fourth Transformers movie. Especially after the third movie where they were kind of like, okay, these movies, they're really long, they have loud noises and just, loud action sequences throughout, and for most people that's awesome, but, the people who were getting tired by the third movie that weren't exactly tired with the first movie and thought that the first movie was good, now they have a reason to come back and say, ooh, they're bringing in dinosaurs. I mean, what's cooler than dinosaurs? Now, the reason why I'm split on the title is because I like the extension part because, again, it references the Dinobots, but I'm a little iffy on the use of the word age right after the announcement of Avengers Age of Ultron. It feels like Paramount is trying to ride off that Disney train of what is surely going to be one of the top grossing movies of all time. I mean, we're 2 years away from the release of the movie, and I can already tell that it's going to be right up there with Avatar and the first Avengers and whatever other movie came in second place of top grossing movies of all time. Avengers 2 is going to be in there. I'm telling you that right now. But I will admit it's a bit of Paramount jumping on that bandwagon of naming their movie Age of blah blah blah. Even though it kind of doesn't make sense considering that this movie is set to release on June 27th next year, whereas Age of Ultron is going to come out in 2015. So in the end, Avengers is going to have the last laugh. But anyways, I do feel like that's a bit of a marketing ploy with its title. But for now, all I can say is that I will definitely be checking out Transformers 4. But I can't say that I'm uber excited because after 3 I'm kind of like, okay, these movies are starting to kind of blend together into the same sort of, machinery and parts and gears just flowing about. So I'll just have to wait until we see a trailer and until we see the design of the Dinobots, which is surely going to be one of the more enticing things about this movie. And let me just tell you, that could be awesome if they could go ahead and just show little hints of the Dinobots in the trailers and in the posters, but not show them completely and just keep that and hold that as much of a secret as possible until the movie comes out, and then people will finally get their full body glimpse at the Dinobots once they actually go see the movie. That would be great marketing on Paramount's part. But we know that's not going to happen. Speaking of Age of Ultron, there was some casting news. James Spader is going to be playing Ultron himself, and I think this could be good. I mean, James Spader has played his fair share of bad guys. He's a really good actor. I like him. So that's really it. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll get the voice down. In terms of body movement, I get the feeling, I mean, Ultron's a robot, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to hold his own up against the likes of somebody as nimble and agile as Captain America, to someone as powerful as Thor or Hulk, or as technologically advanced as who is probably going to be his father, Iron Man. But I'm not sure in terms of the physicality. I just don't see James Spader nailing it all the way. I mean, he might do some motion capture, but I'm pretty sure that when it comes to the stunts, they're going to bring in a stuntman. And I think that they're going to go ahead and do partially what they did with Beowulf, the Robert Zemeckis movie, where they got Ray Winstone to voice him. And I think he did some basic movement, motion capture, like, just walking or, looking around or moving, simple movements like that. But when it came to some of the more physical things, as well as the actual modeling of the character, they had some other buff guy, which is a little insulting to Ray Winstone, because Ray Winstone is not exactly the most fittest looking guy there is. I feel that they might do the same thing with Ultron and James Spader, but who knows? He might surprise us. And he might end up being really good. And this video is already running on 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. There's plenty of other stuff that I can talk about involving a lot of nerdy things that are coming out in terms of video games and sort of in terms of movie casting news. That there's one in particular that I want to talk about, but I'm going to go ahead and save it for the next video. But before I sign off, I want to go ahead and plug in a website. I've been contacted by this guy to contribute to a website called geekedoutnation.com, and basically what it is going to be a website that is dedicated to talk about the things that I talk about. Anything that has to do with a lot of nerd and geek culture, including but not limited to movies, video games, TV shows, comic books, anything that has to do with the nerd and geek world. And so, I was contacted by him and asking me if I would like to contribute to this website. And basically, the thing that sets this website apart from others, such as IGN, which is one of the websites that it refers to as, what they're trying to, what kind of model they're trying to set in comparison to, is that this is a website that anybody could be a part of. You don't have to be a professional writer, editor. You don't have to go to a college and get yourself a journalism degree. All you got to do is just sign up to the website, navigate throughout the website, and then you're going to be able to post your own articles and stuff like that. Whether you want to talk about some of the ongoing things right now, such as Breaking Bad, or talk about future releases, such as what's coming out later on in the fall-winter season for movies, that sort of thing. I really dig the website. I like the fact that anybody could be a part of it, and it makes, it gives people much more recognition rather than being like a famous editor of this website, like the people at IGN, and get a salary. I mean, right now, people are not getting paid for this website. Alright, I'm telling you that right now. If you think that you could be, you could sign up for this website and be like, oh my, I could get paid for talking about the things that I love, it's in its early stages. It's in early development. So I'm not saying that we're not ruling out the possibility of this website getting so big that, there's going to be some form of employment within the website, as well as also some exclusivity to the website, such as getting stuff early and that sort of thing. But for now, it's in its purest form, which is to get people that genuinely want to talk about stuff that is nerdy and geeky, and just spread it with other people. Reach out to other people and talk to them about all this sort of content. So that's what the website's about, and I'm going to be contributing to it. I'm probably going to be writing a few reviews here and there. So be sure to check out the website, geekedoutnation.com. I'll go ahead and post the link in the description. I will try to post that review this weekend, and until next time, guys, see you later.